Hello, everybody, and welcome to Akuban Nights. How are you guys doing today?
Fantastic.
All right, not too bad, really. It's fine.
It's fine. It's
It's
fine.
fine.
Show fine, chat. Show fine.
Yay.
Yeah. So, what happened last week?
We had a plan.
Before the plan, what happened?
Dragon and stuff, and I got engaged.
You got engaged? Oh, you did get engaged. I forgot about that. Holy shit. But you're... What is the condition? Your engagement cannot be truly started until the rock is gone, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Gotta sort the rock out.
And...
Which I think is a bit of a steep. I should at least get half the kingdom for that.
Well, if you're going to marry the prince who will inherit the throne, don't you get half the kingdom?
It's traditional, fairy tale stuff, though, isn't it? You've got to be officially promised half the kingdom. But, I'll take the hot guy. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're only getting, the hottest prince around and not half the kingdom. It's okay. You have your own kingdom. You don't need half of his.
I mean, do we, though? Do we really? At this point, we don't really have a kingdom. We're a bit embarrassed in the kingdom department,
That's true. That's true. But if you do get your kingdom back and marry him, and then you get half of his kingdom, and then you guys break up, then wouldn't he get half of your kingdom in the divorce?
No,
I think usually it takes a war to sort that out.
Okay.
That's how the 100 Years' War started, isn't it?
I don't know.
Neither do I, but something like that.
Yeah, we don't learn about your weird European history over here.
It's deeply oh god, yeah. Anything to do with the European nobility is just a mess of incredibly tangled and inbred family trees and politics and people inheriting things and then somebody marrying somebody else and then Henry VIII going actually Church of England, screw you Pope, and just
I'm pretty sure that's verbatim what he said,
Yep, actually, Church of England.
Probably, yeah.
Can I divorce her? No? Well, actually, Church, fuck you.
Yeah, Church of England also give you all the histories and all the money.
Gonna cut off her head. Next one I'm just gonna divorce.
Divorced, beheaded and died, divorced, beheaded, survived. There we go.
Oh, divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded, survived?
Yeah.
That's how it goes?
Yeah.
Why'd he stop at 6? He's Henry VIII, right? Why didn't he go for 8?
Because he died.
Yep.
Oh,
Didn't make it any further.
Okay.
That's where the last one survived, because she outlived him. I'll see you dead, you old bastard.
That's terrible. All right. Okay, so Maya got engaged. You started developing a plan to fight a rock. Pre-engagement, there was a meeting with some fae folk. Yeah?
Yeah, we got some pixie dust and we got 2 little saplings that we can plant, which are going to create, I guess, portals to the Feywild for those pixies so they can travel through them and visit us.
Yeah. We
gotta bring one back to Silvers and we can take one back to Akuban at some point. If we ever go back. We'll know,
If.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Maybe we fly back on the back of a rock.
It's possible.
I believe I can fly. It's
crazier things have happened.
Or in one of its claws, screaming and kicking.
All right, so let's just pick up and figure out what you guys are gonna do. So you are still in the capital, and
what day is it?
The 26th of September? It's a Wednesday?
Nice. Thank you.
All right, what are you guys going to do?
Where's the train coming from?
What train? There's no train.
It's the router or whatever it is.
Can you still hear the construction tools? Okay, all right, hold on.
It's okay, it just sounded like a tea kettle or something. I was like, what? Choo choo.
I'll just suffer in the unbearably hot room instead of having airflow. It's fine. Okay.
What is this music? It sounds like mischief.
It's the you have to plan something music.
It's the plotting music? Okay. Sounds like a very evil plot to me.
Well, you're about to murder a noble beast, right?
Oh my god, Neal. Stop it. Okay, what time of day are we talking right now?
Oh, any time of day you want. We've got some downtime. You guys can do as you please.
I mean, you should stop it. You can keep the music running. That's fine.
It's fine. I'll find something else. I'll find something more appealing.
So the wedding announcement was yesterday, or was it still like today, but this evening?
That was probably last night
Okay.
at dinner. So I guess
So
it's probably actually the
crack of
27th
dawn,
then.
as early as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I want to jump out of my bed, get dressed, and rush over to Yassi's door, wherever she's sleeping in this palace.
Sure. You make your way past the guards, down the hallways, up the stairs, down some other stairs, and find yourself at Yassi's door.
Okay. I will knock.
Yassi blearily comes to the door, opens it a crack, peeks out, sees you, shuts it again. You can hear some jangling and fumbling of things on the other side, and then the door opens, and she's got a little bit more presented together, you know, put on an extra shirt, like at least swept her hair back and put it in something instead of it just being like frizzled every direction. And
I'm still very much frizzled.
Yeah.
Like I threw on my clothes, but my hair is still all over the place. Yassi, I need your expertise. I'm not sure if I'm still allowed to ask you, since now technically I guess you belong to Drekis, but can you help me with something?
I'm an ambassador to the crown of Akuba, which is still
Excellent, perfect.
you.
That's what I needed. I'm gonna grab her by the wrist. I'm gonna drag her down the hall.
All right. She comes falling after you, trying to keep up with your swift movements. Where are we going?
Okay. Do you know where the Temple of Nadinus is in this town?
No, but we can find out. I can ask.
Perfect, because I can only say hello and can I have a beer, please? And I don't think that's gonna be enough.
So you guys will eventually get yourselves outside. Yassi's looking a little bit like, shit, we're out in public now? Fuck, I just thought we were chatting about whatever, it's fine. I'm an ambassador, keep it straight. And you ask a couple of guards, and eventually you find your way to the Temple of Nadinus. It is kind of a smallish temple here. You know, maybe a 20-foot by 20-foot room. Small little thing, you call it a red tiled roof, Spanish architecture. And inside you find a half-elf who is sort of just like looking up at the statue of Nadinus that's like got all these palm fronds coming out of her because like on her, it's like she's seated, but then like her thighs are actually like planter boxes that have little things coming out of them, and her shoulders have like little holes in them where there are pots coming out, and there's like a chia pet thing going on with her hair. It's pretty interesting. Lots of other plants in and around here.
Are we talking like Bob Ross chia pet, or?
I don't know what that means, so yeah, sure.
There's a Bob Ross chia pet.
Let me
Mr.
see.
Bob Ross.
Oh yeah, totally. But I mean, it's not like froey. It's more like long and flowy because it's got like vines coming off of it.
Ah, so
But yeah, not quite Bob Ross chia pet, but yeah.
Right.
Cool.
Does she? Wait, is it a her or is it a? Is it a she? Or is it a he?
Cleric is a he.
Okay. Well, I guess I approach the cleric and I say, I just make 2 circles because obviously I do not speak this very well. So, I wanted to say something like an action sentence, and I realized I don't speak the language, so I'm just like, you know.
The cleric turns back to you and says, "Glutentag, Bjorny Journey."
Gluten talk. And then I gently push Yassi forward. And Yassi, would you be so kind to translate for me?
She nods and says, "He said, welcome to the temple."
Oh, well, thank you. Good morning, I guess. I have a problem, and I think that one of your people is exactly what I need.
She turns to him and goes, "Hans Hein un Dubelinga, Frau de Bara, Gusa." And he nods and goes, oh, okay, and starts talking back to her, and she says, well, he says he's here to help you solve problems. That's what the clerics are for. How can he be of service to you?
Is he the strongest cleric they have in this Nadina's temple?
She looks at you a little awkward, but faithfully translates.
The most powerful one, is that him?
Right. She translates, and he's nodding, and then he like starts to smile and chuckles a little bit, and enthusiastically nods his head and goes, "Un ein, una Anna," and she says, "He says he's the only cleric here. It's just him in this temple."
So he's the strongest and the weakest one at the same time. You don't need to translate this one. Does he know the? Are there any other people in here, or is it just the two of us? And I'm just shouting at this footage. Okay.
It's just the three of you total.
I'm gonna say, does he know the big rock the big rock bird that lives at the Great Horn?
She translates back, and he goes, "Oh yeah."
Okay. Can you explain to him in a very calm manner that the queen has ordered this rock to die?
She has, he says in Eridonian. No, I guess you guys are speaking Akuban, right? So, he definitely speaks Eridonian.
I'm speaking Akuban.
Speaking Akuban, hold on.
I didn't think of that this guy, but okay.
Actually, never mind. For some reason, I thought you were all speaking Eridonian. He does not speak Akuban. She translates, and then he translates back going, "Oh, wow, really? That's unfortunate."
Yes. So, the people who are tasked with getting rid of the rock, it's my family. I'm going to be part of that excursion.
Mm-hmm.
And while I don't think that it is possible for me to save the rock's life, it might be possible to save the eggs if it has any up in the nest.
You can see his heart begin to melt as Yasi translates, and he sees that you're here to maybe save these innocent rock babies from, being murdered. And he nods, jabbers at her for a little bit, and she turns back to you and says he thinks your approach is most noble. And he recognizes that a cleric of Martha is, it's a difficult word to translate, a godly person? Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Well, the thing is, I'm not very familiar with rocks whatsoever. I know they are really large birds of legend, and that's pretty much all I know. What I would do is I would probably get some kind of wagon and try to get the eggs down from the mountain, but what do I do afterwards? Where can I bring them? Because obviously they are normal bird eggs and would need to be bred in some kind of a way, I take it, right?
He nods and thinks to himself for a moment, then jabbers a little bit, and Yasi says, well, apparently there is another family of rocks in the islands to the southeast of here, known as the Talons. He says that if need be, they could be maybe delivered there, where another rock might care for them. There's also another rock all the way over in Eridon, on Rock Peak, named for the rocks that have lived there for centuries.
Right. Where's Rock Peak approximately?
Wake County, far east Eridon, right next to Hillsborough.
That's super east though. Okay. I'll say I'm not sure we would have the time to transport them all the way. I'm sure it's fine to transport if you had the eggs and give them enough warmth, it would be fine to transport them for a certain time, but I don't think we can make it all the way to Eridon without damaging them in any way.
She translates back, and he translates back to you saying, well, I could try and put together a group of people to do this transportation elsewise. There are plenty of would-be heroes lying around. Some of them are even worthy or honest.
Mm-hmm. That sounds That sounds really good. Would he accompany me and my group to the mountain there, to pick up the eggs straight afterwards?
Why don't you give me a charisma check?
Oh my god, my charisma though.
You're a cleric of Martha. Shouldn't it be like, 1,000?
I'm 1,000 charisma. 29 actually. Still pretty good. I'm pretty charismatic.
Yeah.
Right.
Instead of like giving a verbal response, he's sort of just like, his eyes begin to well up and he comes over and like slowly puts his arms out in like a visible like gesture for asking permission to hug you, and then after a half-second pause, just like throws his arms around you and mumbles something in your ear. Yossi can't quite hear it, but he's, Urabada, Lama. You're like,
okay, I'll pet his shoulder. Give him a light squeeze.
Okay. And he steps back and nods enthusiastically and says says a bunch of crap that Yossi translates as he says you are one of the kindest and most noble creatures he's come across. I think I'm translating that right.
That is kind of him to say, but if I was that noble, then I would have probably tried to actually save the bird, but I don't think it is possible.
She jabbers, and he, like, breaks into audible sobs and goes, oh, and she translates back saying, he says your words just make you sound more noble.
Oh my god,
would you like...
okay, oh dear, oh god, okay.
Would you like a moment alone?
So like, okay.
What now, Your Highness?
So what does he say? Is he actually going to come with us or no?
I believe so, yes.
Yes, okay. Then I will... Is he able to get everything ready, like the cart? Should I organize it and bring it with us? How does he want to do that?
She asks him. He comes back with, yeah, you should probably organize everything. I've got duties here. I can go with you,
okay.
but, like, I'm busy the rest of the time. So you organize everything, and I'll just come along with you. By the way, my name is Sky.
Sky.
Mm-hmm. Half-elf. 115 years old.
I'll extend 115 years old, half-elf.
5'1", 123 pounds.
Is that important? 5'1", 123 pounds, really?
Yeah.
What's that in stone?
It's 155 centimeters.
What does he look like, Neal? If I'm already talking to this guy for 20 minutes, we can at least give a
55.8 kilos.
What's that in real money?
He's a lightweight. I can literally carry that guy out of here. I think I weigh more than him.
8.8 stone.
He weighs about the same as me.
He's also smaller than me.
He's 5'1", yeah, so he's tiny. He's a short little guy. So you want to know about him. He has long golden hair, big green eyes. He's got those like half-elven, almost elven ears. They're kind of like elongated, but not quite pointy, but just like a little bit rounded. Let's see. Aside from being on the short end, I guess he's not too lean if he's only 5'1". So, the short and well-fed side of things. He's got this sort of starry-eyed, absent-minded look in his eyes where he's like looking at you, but then at the same time you kind of get the impression that his mind has maybe slightly wandered somewhere, and he's like thinking about something, and like as Yossi then translates, he snaps back to whatever's happening here. He's right-handed, you can tell. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will let him know that we will pick him up here with the card and everything just before we leave to, to go to the mountain.
Don't you want to ask him about his really, really interesting backstory that I spent a shit ton of time writing because it's really interesting?
About his family that I call it salt, pepper, and thyme? No, not right.
No, it's way better than that. It's all right. It'll come out later. It's fine. It'll come out later.
I'm pretty sure that if we successfully finish this adventure, Neal, we can sit together at a glass of wine and he can tell me all about his family and how he ended up at the temple.
Great. Great. We got some great lore written for this guy's backstory. It's world changing.
Wonderful.
It's amazing.
I'm already excited because if this actually happens and I ask for it, Neal will not have anything prepared for this one. It's okay. We'll make it up as we go.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. Okay, so you get Sky, full name Sky
Yes.
Grove, all together, and
Sky
you can
Grove.
Grove, Grove, like a
Grove,
collection of
okay.
trees. Yeah.
Sky Grove.
Has he got a
Wow.
brother called Biker? That's a very British pun.
What?
There was a kids' TV program called Biker Grove. It was very Scouse.
Scouse?
Yeah, Liverpool.
Okay. Oh.
The
Never mind.
Liverpudlian accent is weird. Anyway, yeah, there we go.
All right, sweet. All right, so you set up everything with Sky, and you can head back
Yes.
to the palace, where, as on your way back, you can hear Yassi's stomach growling loudly. And I think by the time you get through the gates, she's like, breakfast, shall we sup?
Breakfast sounds wonderful.
Lovely. And you guys can meet up with the rest of the party over breakfast. The palace today is serving blueberry waffles with a side of hash browns, bacon, and mimosas.
Mimosas.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. I'd take two from the get-go. Give me 2 mimosas.
Wonderful. It's gonna be a good day. God, I could go for a mimosa. Fuck. It's early enough too. It's only not even noon yet. All right. So, what does the rest of the party want to do? Have you told this plan to the rest of your family?
I'm just sitting there eating my waffle. I'm like, so. I know you don't like it when I meddle with things, but hear me out. Hear me out on this one, okay? Hear me out.
Right, fine.
And I swig my mimosa in its glass, and I'm gonna say, so I went to the Temple of Nadinas today. It's not as bad as it sounds. Okay, it's not as bad as it sounds. We had a really nice chat with this lovely half-elf bloke. I think half-elf, it's really hard to tell them apart, but usually elves are not as nice as much as I've heard. I'm pretty sure he's a half-elf, you know.
Oh,
Not
they all
very
look
tall.
the same, do
Probably
they?
just pick him up and carry him away. Anyways, so he
Were you
said
tempted
that
to pick him up and carry him away?
probably not yet, maybe later. Anyways, because he's important right now, right? What I want to do is
Sister, you dark horse.
I want to go to the rock. And after we defeated it, I would like to collect the eggs and bring them to a different place.
It's a good idea. They're worth a lot of money, I hear.
Yeah, not that kind of place.
Come on, sister. Really? I just ordered this 40-inch pan. Steel pan for eggs.
Listen, I knew you would not appreciate it if I brought it up, that there's probably a way to just...
Do you know how much cholesterol is in rock eggs? We could just sell them for a lot of money, but...
Where do you want them to be delivered?
There's another place apparently where other rocks nest is not that far. Where's it exactly, Neal? How far would that be?
The talons. You can see it on the
this
world
problem
map.
off on somebody else. So when those baby rocks are terrorizing, surrounding.
I mean, there are already rocks there, so they wouldn't be more or less terrorized.
But wait.
Do we know
Don't
that?
they need warm climate to hatch?
Well, we will need to keep them nice and warmly packed. I'm pretty sure that Sammy could also come up with something, but yeah.
Who's going to look after these babies?
Well, the rocks themselves, but the cleric of Nadinas is also organizing people who will transport these eggs to the talons.
Wait, what? You're just going to sort of cart them up and be like, "Hello, Mr. Rock, I've got you another egg."
Yep, pretty much. He said that might work. Maybe they're not too picky about their children,
Apparently not.
I mean, is it just giant?
Do we just hand these eggs off to other people? Yes.
Yeah, we just hand it off. They are, They won't cause you any more trouble. They'll take them, and I won't complain, and it's gonna be all good.
You won't complain?
I won't complain. If we hand them off, then it's gonna be fine.
I'm down. Yeah, that sounds fine to me. Would it make you happy, sister?
It will make me very happy. Yeah. Why do you ask?
No reason. That sounds fine. Yes, why not?
That means we have to climb the mountain.
Well, we have to look. There's probably a lot of treasure in the rock's nest as well. Easily portable treasure that isn't a giant egg.
Maybe it would also make sense to get a climbing expert in general to take with us. Somebody who's like good at mountaineering.
I can climb. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I can totally see you climb down with a giant egg on your back.
I could if I wanted to.
And you want to?
Not particularly. I mean, what if it shattered? Ooh. Can you imagine trying to scrape dried rock yolk out of your... No, I'll let some people with large backpacks do that
It would
part.
be worse than jumping into this
How big are...
basin in the city to rescue to rescue Sammy. It's gonna be worse.
Anyway, I'm trying to think about
I
that.
understand your sentiments, sister. I think they're good.
I think yes, this silk will never be the same again. But hopefully I can get Hottie Pants to buy me a new wardrobe when we're married, though. That'd be nice. Or two.
So, because of that, I did some thinking. Will we ever be able to go back to Akuba as the Akuba Knights after this? Because I'm not sure we can.
Well,
It's fine. We could just be the second chapter of the Akuban Knights who have no idea what the first chapter were up to. I can disguise us. It's fine.
I'm not so sure this is going to work, Maya. But
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Because we have, not right now, but I don't know. At some point, I'd probably like to go back home,
Oh, yes, I'm sure that could be arranged.
at some point they will get a letter. At some point there will be news spreading that we can't. It's already out of our control. The guards have seen us, heard us. I don't know how fast the rumors spread, and there could be some Akuban spies here as well.
Entirely likely. I mean, if I was a Akuban, I'd certainly have spies everywhere.
Are Akuban.
The ruler of Akuba right now.
You are the rulers of Akuba.
No, we're not. We are the royal family, but we are not ruling Akuba right now. Ruling implies, having some control over the destiny of the country.
That's true.
We ain't rulers of shit.
I still hope that we get some kind of document that seals our diplomatic deal. Some kind of assistance in the future, so that we so that we don't come back empty-handed, but show them that we actually were able to achieve something. But while we are talking about getting back to Akuba, I did some thinking as well, sister. And I would like to take a little detour before we get back to Akuba, if that's possible.
To Silvus, right?
Please?
To Silvus, right? Where we
what?
need to Silvus, the place where we need to bring the tree to?
No, I wasn't thinking about Silvus. Silvus is a goal I think we are able to get after getting back to Pike's Point and traveling through the desert and coming to Yatel and then going to Silvus.
Well, where did you want to go?
Yeah. There is a shortage of hired mercenaries here in Drekis, but there might be a good place where we could get some hired hands and people who might be willing to fight for us for the right amount of gold.
Where would that be?
There is an island southwest of Drekis.
What
Not
was
a no.
island?
Minotauria.
And
I heard
okay,
they're
you're
great.
doing, brother, you're doing that voice where you know we're not going to like what you're going to tell us. So why don't you just tell us the bad bit now?
I've never been to Minotauria. We might have a look into it, but I
Okay.
kind of heard some rumors that there are Minotaurian mercenaries and they fight for gold, and maybe we could get a squad of Minotaurs to fight for us and hire them as personal guards or elite soldiers to bring back to with us into Pike's Point to cement our strength.
Minotaurs. Are
Yes.
we talking the large people with the heads of bulls, right?
Yes. About 2 feet, 3 feet bigger than me, maybe. Large horns.
Interesting.
I'll chuck down another mimosa, Neal.
I don't really know very much about minotaurs.
I frankly don't either, but I think we have some time left to
Yes,
read
perhaps-
into it and find out.
Yes, I think we should do a lot of research before we go off to yes. It's I'm gonna sort of like also just be like, I need a drink. Oh.
I'll hand
There
you
are
one of
endless
my
mimosas. Yep.
Want a mimosa? Have a mimosa.
Thank you.
Pretty good.
Neck it. Yeah, I'm gonna. All right. So we'll just put that one on the back burner for now, brother. Let's just
So-
deal with the problem in front of us.
We're looking into it, and once I have all the info, we can.
We'll get Sammy to look.
Can
We'll
get
get Sammy
there.
to look into it. That's what he does, right? Books.
And when you have those Minotaurian mercenaries, who did you want to fight with those?
Everybody, by the sound of it.
No, I don't think we can get that many Minotaurs to take over Akuban with only them.
I was
But-
joking.
Me too, sister.
Of course, yes. Of course you were. You totally sounded like you were joking. Yes.
Everyone's joking after the fact. Mm-hmm. All right. So it's about now. Well, maybe not now. It's after breakfast that Klaus, the ranger, shows back up. And he comes up to you guys and says, well, good news. I've found a party to gather a very large animal for you. It'll take them a few days, but the bait should be prepared soon.
What sort of very large animal?
I think they're going to get us a rhino.
Aren't they
Rhinoceros?
quite dangerous?
Yes. No, I'm just trying to. How do you even catch a rhino? I mean, they're enormous, aren't they?
Well, that's those people's problem. And if they fail, we'll find new people to do it for you.
They'll probably get somebody to get some kind of bait for them.
Right,
and then,
right.
you know.
They'll hire a
I'm
party to
sure
get an ostrich to lure the rhino, and the ostrich people will hire a party to get them a chicken, and it's just an endless cycle.
I'm sure they'll do wonderfully and nothing will go wrong.
I doubt anything could go wrong.
Yeah, they
I
sound like
really wish I was on the chicken party instead of the rock party. Oh my god.
They sound like professionals. I'm sure they'll do amazingly.
I mean, they know how they know how like a rhinoceros looks like, right?
I believe so. Large
Point
creature, butt
Point
of a
it on
hippo.
one end.
I mean, if
Thing
you
on the
got an
nose?
elephant, that would even be better, right? So no worries there.
Like a really large, ugly unicorn.
Did you ever leave Drakis? Good sir.
Me?
Yes.
I do believe I've crossed the River Vodin once or twice, but never beyond the
that a
Vodin
euphemism?
plain. No, ma'am.
No, it's
It's a geographical feature.
That'll be the mimosas. Sorry.
Yes. I've only been in East Vodin, which technically ought to be part of Drakis, and until very recently was.
Do you remember old city we crossed that was besieged?
Yes.
No. I'm just curious.
Why?
What do you know about Minotaurs?
Ooh, fearsome lot. Think about taller, stronger, angrier dwarves.
Great.
Not very good with digging. Not very good with building things. Very, very good at hitting things with axes and gouging with horns.
Good.
Prone to violence if you question their honor, and likely to win because they're terrifyingly strong.
But how long do they hold grudges?
I guess it depends on the individual Minotaur, but if you question their honor, I think it's a lifelong grudge. I think it depends on the nature of the grudge.
We would never do such a thing. Respectable races here, right?
I suppose. Why are you asking?
Oh, just for a friend. He was talking about Minotaurs. So,
I see.
I don't know, some kind of hobby.
I just hired, actually, a pair of Minotaurs to go get this, rhinoceros. Funny that you should mention it.
Oh. Well, let me know how they fared. Maybe it's a good way to judge their ability. Why did I say that?
Do we really want the shenanigans people to be our bodyguards? I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with that. It's okay.
No, because the Minotaur that was hired through shenanigans thinks he's a wizard when he's not, and he casts magic missiles by throwing rocks at people, and tries to cast sleep by headbutting them. So,
Who plays this Minotaur?
Will? Yeah. And then
I loved it.
the other Minotaur thinks that he is like a what do you call him? Like a Hell's Kitchen sort of Gordon Ramsay sort of thing, where he's just like yelling at people that they're doing everything wrong and that they need to do this instead. Yeah, it was
Who plays that one?
Rob.
I'm not surprised.
I knew Rob was going to be one of the Minotaurs. I haven't seen the episode, but I knew Rob was going to. Yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds.
he didn't help the party at all. He just like yelled at them for doing everything wrong.
Okay.
He would come and critique them afterwards for not doing right.
You're an idiot sandwich.
Yeah.
It's the greatest rhinoceros that you've ever seen that we get, so...
For those of you watching, you can go take a look at the last Shenanigans episode. I'll try and dig up its name for you. But that's where the Shenanigans party... It's called Rhino Capturing. Episode 146. That's where the Shenanigans party goes to get a rhino for our friends here. Needless to say, it doesn't go well.
Nice.
Yeah, you will have something ready for you in a few more days once the rhino capturing party returns with their not a rhino. So you have a few days of downtime. What would you like to do?
I would like to slip out into the city at some point quietly and inconspicuously, and in disguise, and just sort of casually drift. Is there a temple of Verasi here?
Yes.
So I'd just like to, go and maybe sort of just pop into the temple just to say hi, the usual. And by that I mean not actually say hi at all and just kind of like lurk around looking inconspicuous.
Certainly. Let me just figure out who is manning the temple at this moment in time. Oh my. Oh my indeed. Where is my randomizer here?
Dun, dun, dun.
Please be a gnome. Please be a gnome.
It is not a gnome.
Gnome of death. I'd like that.
Death gnomes. Dun, 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 dun.
Where is it hiding?
See, Neal, now you can put on the plotting music.
You come across a dwarven woman. She is sitting in like an old rocking chair with skulls carved alongside the bottoms of the things. She's ancient and decrepit. Just kind of rocking back and forth, and when you enter, she talks in Drakissian, but you speak Drakissian, don't you?
Pretty sure I do. Let me check.
I'm pretty sure you do too.
Yes, I do.
Yes, perfect, yeah. So she'll say to you, "Why, hello there, dearie. What brings you to the Temple of Death and Destruction?"
Oh, I'll sort of bow to her and just sort of, I don't know. I just felt,
We all feel drawn to death eventually, my child. Have you come to end your life? I can make it quick and painless.
Thank you, but no, I'm quite happy to be alive at the moment. No, I tend to be more in the ending other people's lives department.
Oh, lovely. You've come to become a cleric? Or an acolyte? There are so many people that need to die.
I know. I didn't really know about Parasi really until quite recently.
Oh, your parents haven't told you about death, young one? Well, I can see that you're young still, and it's understandable. At the end of everyone's life, they die. And then your spirit is recycled through Falumbra, where it is used to create another soul for another creature another time.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes. That is how the birds and the bees end. You do know about the birds and the bees, right?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Lovely.
Yes. I was more, like I said, my sister is a cleric of Martha, so I've always been very, it tends to be, things tend to be a lot more life, be nice to each other, and,
Oh, yes, I understand. Those clerics of Martha can't see the forest for the trees. All about creation, no thought given to end of life. You know, the clerics of Martha have created some truly monstrous beasts in the name of creation.
Oh, really?
Certainly.
Like what?
Yeah, like what?
Oh my, well. Have you ever heard the story of Sammy, something broke. Why did that other thing disconnect and ruin all the overlays? Oh, it's terrible indeed.
It's Martha! She's cursing you! Don't fuck with Martha.
Oh, it's all going to break for a moment, children. Hold on. I'm trying to remember my stories. It'll be just a minute.
I think this ghost player couldn't take the lies any longer, so he just disconnected.
Oh, I don't know why we've left the meeting. We should join it again. Oh, what are the numbers? Oh, let's see. Yes. Oh, it's already autofilling for me.
God, no.
Wonderful.
I think I've wet myself to this.
It'll work eventually, I swear.
I'm sure everything will be fine, dear. Don't worry.
You know,
I have a feeling she's normally not allowed to be out and about, and they just keep her in some kind of back office, but somebody fell asleep in that chair and she just wheeled herself out.
we should take a short break.
She's like, oh, now's my time to shine.
Exactly. And usually she's not allowed because she just tells us terrible stories. Somebody just pay attention. She said no, she saw it. I'm like, oh my god, no. She got somebody.
Well, why don't we take a break and I'll tell you the story of the evil things the clerics of Martha have done on the other side. Goodbye, children. Goodbye.